Hello out there, Mama Trip here with another video. Today I want to talk about this, the Toiletry 26. So by now, most people out there know that the three sizes of this, the 15, the 19, and the 26 were completely discontinued. And Louis Vuitton did us a not solid by reimagining this item for twice as much money. And in the case of the one coming out with a chain, 3 times as much money. And so I was able to see this new version of the toiletry in person, and I kind of wanted to go over the differences. So if you guys aren't following Foxy LV, she has, the best pictures. She is so up to date in telling us about price increases and what's coming out. It's how I get my pieces that are hard to get and rare. She puts up the codes for them, and I see something that I want from an upcoming collection, and I'll send it to my CA, and my CA hunts it down, and that's how I get it on launch day or shortly after launch day or even before launch day. So if you're not following her already and you love LV, you really need to follow her. So the first major difference is that even though it's called a toiletry, it is not technically being marketed as a toiletry, meaning they didn't design it to be a toiletry. And even the store manager at my local boutique said that when they reimagined it as a clutch, to be more clutch-like, because they realized that many customers were using this as a clutch. So essentially all of our speculations and fears are true, and that they saw that we were modifying our Toiletry 26s to have chains to be used as handbags, and so they discontinued this one. They modified it a little bit to justify, or I don't think it's justified, but justify the price increases to say that it's now basically a clutch. So what they have is on the side here, they have black leather instead of monogram canvas, and they got rid of the vachetta here, and so this is also black leather, and it's a different shape, and the pull tab is a little bit different as well. But the main difference is the inside. It no longer has this synthetic wipeable lining. So what it does have is it has a calfskin interior lining with card slots and an inner pocket. So I did ask when I was looking at it whether if you wanted to use it as a true toiletry, could the interior still get wet? And she did say that because it is calfskin, it can take a little bit of dampness. So if you got powder or anything on it, you could quickly wipe it away, and it shouldn't damage the leather. But again, it is not supposed to be used as purely a toiletry. It is now a clutch that can handle small toiletry items in terms of like your day-to-day makeup stuff, but it is not designed to withstand, storage of toiletries and makeup. So I was like, why did they call it a toiletry? And she said that she thought essentially it's so that people would recognize what it was. So that's the main difference, but the price. So the price of the new toiletry is $1,030, and that's about double what I paid for this guy. Is that worth it? If you're looking for an actual toiletry, then it's completely not worth it, because the way they modified it is in a way that it's not sustainable as a true toiletry item. And if you were looking for this piece to be a clutch piece, then for that much money, I would actually suggest you look into the Pochette Voyage. So I want to, kind of convince you guys out there that this is the better piece to have than the new toiletry. So it's already leather, and then it already has the card slots, and then this is the inner pocket. So this is exactly the same layout now as the new toiletry, except this is a kind of cloth lining on this side, and then the pocket is leather. And so obviously this is not meant, if it gets powder on it, like it's not going to come out, right? Because it's got the cloth lining. So this is not meant to be a toiletry item at all, but if you're meaning for it to be a clutch, I think that this is a superior item. One, because it is slightly bigger, so it is a little bit wider all the way to the top. It's just a tiny bit taller, so you can kind of see maybe like a centimeter taller. It's about a little more than a centimeter wider. The zipper is much more substantial on the Pochette Voyage. It's just much more substantial, and I think it's just made better. For some reason, some of these men's products are just made like the construction is much better. You hardly hear the men complaining about the quality and production issues that we have on the women's side. And for me, a plus is that silver hardware. So that might be a deal breaker for some of you who really enjoy the gold brass hardware of the women's monogram items, but I really enjoy the silver gunmetal hardware. And this comes out in so many different prints and patterns. Every time they have a new collection, they'll come out with a different design. The staples are this damier graphite, and they have the monogram eclipse, which is this. Here we go. This is the monogram eclipse. So this is the reverse monogram, and then this is the monogram eclipse. So it's the black with the gray LVs. And so if you are considering this, oh, I'm sorry, the price of this is $1,080. So this is $1,030. So this is $50 cheaper than the new version of this. Now, if you're looking for an actual toiletry item, you can't buy this piece. You have to go pre-loved. And so I've been looking at the pre-loved market. Oh my gosh, these are basically selling for what the new toiletry is selling for. So 1,000 plus, right? There are some in like pretty terrible condition that are still being sold for, between $400 and $600. So if you want one at all costs and you don't really care too much how new it is, then you can get one for, average $500-$600. But if you're looking for one in pretty decent shape, I mean, they're running like $1,200. And so if you're looking for an actual toiletry item, then you either pre-loved, bite the bullet, or you kind of get one of the other toiletry items that are out there. So the men have the dop kit, or like the toiletry, what's it called, like the 25. There's like the different shaped ones, but this specific one, you have to go pre-loved, or you have to get the new version. The new version, don't get me wrong, it's pretty, it's beautiful, right? The black looks really good with the monogram. It's very stylish when you're using it as a clutch. The addition of the card slots and the pocket, I mean, it's very nice. But I would argue that for $50 less, if it doesn't bother you that it's not brown, this is the better buy. And they're also easier to get. Also, they don't sell as well on the pre-love market. So, I mean, investment-wise, it's not as good as an investment, but you're buying this to use, I think. That's the argument that I'm making. And so you can get one for probably, between $500 and $800 in decent condition out there on the pre-loved market. The more specialty ones, so I really wanted the watercolor one, the white one with the the watercolor print on it, and I was not able to obtain that because I didn't want it fast enough. I got the dop kit, and then I realized that's beautiful, and then I wanted this, but then the collection was done, so I couldn't get it. And the pre-love market markup is too much for me. I don't want it that much, but I would argue get this guy. And the other ones that are coming out, so they've also discovered not only do we like to wear this as a clutch, but we've been putting all kinds of things on here to give it a chain, to make it a like actual chain purse. So the other new one that's coming out has a D-ring here, and it has kind of a D-ring attached to here, but it still has vachetta, so it still has vachetta, and then it has a vachetta pull tab up here. So it has vachetta on the sides, and it has vachetta pull tab, so it has even more vachetta than this one does. And they turn it into a bag. So I wish maybe they did the black one with the chain. I don't know, maybe make it more, you know, easygoing, carefree if they're going to turn it into a bag. But so you have the D-rings and then a gold chain that comes with this. And the interior of that one does not seem to have the card slots and the pocket. It's just kind of an open bag. But it does come, it looks like it comes with a kind of version of the Toiletry 15. And let's see, did I have one here? Yeah, so it looks like it comes, it looks smaller than this. It looks much thinner than this on the pictures. Again, Foxy LV has those up. So it looks like maybe half this width, but it looks like it comes with a pouch. So you do get two items. You get one that looks like the Toiletry 26, and you get one that looks like a smaller version of this Toiletry 15. You do have more vachetta on that one. It's still not a wipeable lining on the inside. Oh, and the CA that I was talking to when I was looking at the new version of this, the one with the black, said the inside leather is similar to the Tyga leather from the men's collection, because it looked like epi leather, but she said it was much more similar to the Tyga leather, if you guys are familiar with that. So the chain one is going to be $1,760. So with taxes in some states, you're looking at almost $2,000 for this guy with a chain with no wipeable lining and more vachetta. And they throw in this pouch. So when these were out, if you could find them, you could buy both of these for under $1,000, right? And I mean, we all know by now it's not hard to get a chain onto this guy. And same thing, it's not hard to get a chain onto this one either, because they're essentially the same. So the same kits work for both things. And this one already has a nice ring here on the side. So in short, the OG, right, Toiletry 26, wipeable lining, no longer out there, new. You can get it on the pre-love market if you want a true toiletry item with the wipeable inside, but it's going to cost you, if you want one in decent condition, and it's going to cost you about $1,000 plus. The new version of this, which does not have the wipeable textile lining, it has a leather black interior with credit card slots and an inside pocket in leather that is similar to the Tyga leather. It is calfskin and has black calfskin on either side and the pull tab. That one is going to cost $1,080. And the chain one, which has vachetta on the sides and a vachetta pull tab for the zipper, and it does not have the wipeable lining, nor does it have the pocket or the credit card slots from what it looks like. That one is going to come with a secondary pouch that seems smaller in size but similar to the 15. And I don't know what the interior of that one is going to be like, but that one is going to cost $1,760. And so my argument is, if you want these bags to purchase as a clutch situation, check out the Pochette Voyage. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know them down below. If you missed out on the 26 originally and you are looking for a true toiletry item, oh, I'm so sorry. There are lots of other options out there, but just not this shape from Louis Vuitton anymore. Okay, guys. If you're liking this stuff, do all the YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, share, leave some comments down below, and I will see you in the next one.